Becky Lynch's absence is continuing, with lots of things happening there off-screen. We'll also take a look at what's new for the Judgment Day, John Cena, and more. Starting things off with Becky Lynch and the latest developments there with the story and situation. It's been several weeks since Becky Lynch was last on WWE television. In reality, it's a nice little break for her, but within the storyline world, Becky's character claims she's boycotting Monday Night Raw for all the corruption that she's been on the receiving end of over the last few months here. Becky's last 5 matches resulted in all losses. They all featured controversy of some sorts, and they were all officiated by Jessica Carr, strangely enough. The War Games was the final straw for Becky when it came to this corruption, and she is now holding out and boycotting Raw until something's done about the referee issue. If you follow Becky on social media, she has actually been doing an amazing job of showcasing what she's been doing during this current boycott. Becky's been visually showing meetings with all her lawyers and legal team members on her vlogs. She's not slowing down with the legal approach at all. Becky does not simply want a title match against Maxine Dupree. It seems like Becky wants to be given back the title and have the outcome of her MSG match with Maxine Dupree fully reversed. Becky also wants the War Games outcome to be reversed as well. What Becky's asking for there with those 2 big outcomes being flipped seems like it's a pretty tough ask. So she's probably not going to get what she wants there in terms of the outcome being flipped. So she'll probably have to settle for a title rematch or something along those lines because those results are not getting changed. Fans have also noticed an indirect extension of Becky Lynch's referee corruption angle from the December 16th edition of NXT. This episode of NXT featured a horrific botched finish that resulted in Blake Monroe losing her North American title to Thea Hale. Blake Monroe is already calling for the referee's job, and fans found it pretty funny how this NXT referee situation perfectly fits into the case that Becky Lynch is currently building about referee corruption in WWE. Not only does Becky have her own examples with Jessica Carr, but now there's some referee issues in NXT. It's accidental and crazy, but it strangely fits Becky's narrative. Becky also recently called out WWE for their treatment of Gunther. After Gunther came out and bragged about making John Cena tap out, he was yelled at and kicked out of the building by Adam Pearce. Becky questioned the logic behind sending Gunther home when Gunther did nothing wrong and legitimately and cleanly defeated John Cena, which once again, Becky has a point there. If Gunther would have cheated to win, then yeah, maybe sending him home fits more. But the man who won the match cleanly, he deserves to have those bragging rights and say what he wants without being kicked out of the arena for it. So even that situation there with Gunther being sent home, that also helps Becky's case that something's wrong and corrupt right now. So there's no timetable on Becky's return. Maybe she can pop up any week, but there's definitely some hype in place for her boycott and all the things she's hinting at. So hopefully we get to see some of those things play out on actual WWE television. During her first few weeks back on Raw, we saw Liv Morgan establish and lay out her perfect plan for getting the Judgment Day back on top of Raw and running WWE again. But in just a few short weeks, Liv's plan has imploded from multiple different angles. The one big one that we previously talked about was Raquel sort of getting rogue on Liv's plan. Liv wanted Raquel and Roxanne to go after the tag team titles, while she herself goes after the world title. But Raquel just randomly decided to go after Stephanie and the world title without giving Liv or anyone else a heads up. And that created a big change to Liv's plan. Liv was no longer going after the world title. She was now teaming up with Roxanne, the woman she could not stand at all just a few months back. And the big question we asked last week was if Liv was truly okay with her plans being flipped upside down, or if it really does bother her. And we got a subtle answer to that question on the December 15th edition of Raw. There was a backstage segment with the Judgment Day where Raquel walks into the conversation, and Liv and Roxanne hype Raquel up about winning the women's world title. Liv is smiling in Raquel's face, but every time Raquel looks away from Liv, Liv Morgan has the biggest look of disgust and anger on her face. But as soon as Raquel turns her head around to look at Liv again, Liv Morgan's there smiling and being a supportive friend. So this one moment alone appears to confirm that Liv Morgan is somewhat faking it. She's not thrilled to take the backseat to Raquel and team with Roxanne. It looks like Liv is doing it with a smile on her face and not complaining, but those dirty looks towards Raquel when Raquel isn't looking tells us exactly how Liv Morgan really feels about everything that's going on at the moment. Raquel has always been like a sister to Liv Morgan. Remember that Liv and Raquel did not just start teaming in the Judgment Day. They were actually a unit way back in 2022. They were tag team champions long before their time in the Judgment Day. So this is a friendship and storyline that technically dates back going on 4 years now. That close sisterly bond is starting to show cracks. You have Raquel snapping at Liv a few weeks back that she did not have to run everything by Liv first before she does it. And now you got Liv giving Raquel the most dirtiest looks imaginable. So that appears to be the direction things are headed in right there. Liv and Raquel are creating distance amongst each other, and it appears like it's only going to be a matter of time before things implode. It'll also be fascinating to see what Roxanne's role will be in this Liv versus Raquel situation, because Roxanne is close to Raquel, and it's starting to get close to Liv at the moment. So who would she side with, and will she have to act as a peacemaker if things get more ugly between Liv and Raquel? That appears to be what they're teasing for deep down the line, but we'll have to see what the Judgment Day will get into here in the immediate future. Liv and Roxanne still want the tag team titles, Dominic is a double champion, Raquel wants the world title, and JD just went down. So that leaves Finn Balor with no partner and nothing to do at the moment. We'll have to pay attention to everything happening there. Some more details and reports about John Cena's WWE status post-retirement is starting to come out. Prior to retiring, John Cena confused fans a bit, because he said that he'll never wear his jorts and wrestling gear again, how his music would never play again, and how he'll never run to the ring again. But at the same time, John Cena says he'll always be doing things for WWE, and how he'll be wearing a suit for those future WWE appearances as well. So definitely a bit unclear, but according to new reports from Fightful, John Cena will be making future WWE appearances both off-screen and on-screen. So that settles the confusion there for fans that assume that we'll never see John Cena again on WWE television. It looks like he'll be making future on-screen appearances after all in a suit. What we still gotta wait on is if they play his music when he does make those cameo appearances, because Cena did mention something along the lines that his song not being played again. So that answer will come once we see all those future cameo appearances. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.